Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. So last night, Angelica got a flat tire on her way home. She didn't realize it until she got here. So luckily, everything is fine. She was driving slow anyway because of just all the snow drifts, moving all the snow back onto the road and then icing it over. So because of that, we both had our chiropractor appointments today. Hers was at 9, mine was at 11. But because of that, we reached out to them to see if they could adjust us so we could be closer together since we're going to be sharing a car, which, as you guys see, we always share a car. We love sharing a car. We love driving together. We love being together. So it's not that bad. But this way, it's not like she's driving all the way there, driving all the way back, me going there, then coming back, and then having like that 2-hour gap in between where we could be doing stuff. So we're gonna try to get groceries afterwards. We're gonna see how it goes because by the time we're there, she should be getting into her nap phase, but we'll see how that goes because her naps have kind of just been every which way, and the weekend usually throws a wrench into everything because it, like, again, she tends to be scheduled around like 9 or 10 when she goes down, but when we're all at the shop, there's nowhere for her to really relax because it's just so many people moving around, so she doesn't nap. And then yesterday the same thing happened. My class finished at 12, and again she napped around 9 or 10, so as soon as she got in the car, passed out immediately. Super adorable, but she was getting real crabby. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Angelica to finish taking the dog out. She's gonna jump in and then we're gonna head out. I'm gonna see if he'll allow me to record my session so you guys see what I have going on. That's about you taking your hat off. She loves to take her hat off and then she loves to take her socks off, and it is 7 degrees out right now. Nice. All right, let's head over there. All right, we're at the Hive Wellness. This is Dr. Cam, and we're gonna get my session in. So yeah, anytime I was standing, it was painful, and even sitting after a while started to hurt.
Okay. Everything stayed a little back, or did it travel anywhere?
No, staying a little back. It's this spot's right here.
Okay. And
then on top of that, just like stress was being added on top of it. I know that was a lot of it also. So it's loosened up a little bit since then, but even after the massage, I was like, something's going on. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of, we'll check some range of motion. I have some ideas on some other things we can kind of show you. We can take that breath work and kind of get you into a position, like child's pose, or like first position we call it, to just help loosen up everything in the back.
Okay.
Especially if you're like, hey, standing's kind of been a little bit irritating. A lot of times those muscles in the back of the spine just start to get real stiff and real tight on you.
Yeah.
We're going to check a little bit of range of motion real quick, and then we'll get some treatment in today. I'm going to show you a couple other kind of just like positions that we can work on that breath work in. I love the exercise, like the 3-month or the dead dog position. That's like an exercise portion. In terms of like, a save your butt when you're kind of sore and irritated and you're not here or something like that, is I'll show you kind of what that other position looks like.
Okay.
The biggest goal is to kind of help. It is inducing a little bit of flexion in the low back, but it's not loaded and it should feel pretty good.
Okay.
Again, more like just spend some time in that position, not like, oh, do 12 breath. Who cares?
Yeah.
Do like 3 or 4 minutes, especially if like super sore. First thing in the morning, I like to do it because it feels really good. I'm also kind of stiff overnight, so it's just kind of loosen everything up. But let's check some motion real quick, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay.
Where we were doing that.
Just stand right in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to see. Oh, you just arch back for me.
Oh, arch back?
Yeah. Good, what are you feeling here?
Nothing. That's not that bad. I started to get a little shaky right around here.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Bend down, touch toes. Good, what are you feeling over here?
A little tightness here.
Kind of in the upper glutes. Anything in the low back at all?
No.
Okay. Go feet together. Put hands together. Just like so.
Oh.
And just rotate.
Nothing here.
Nothing crazy.
Over here, I feel it right here mid-spine.
Right in the middle.
Like right
Okay, over here.
more on the right side.
Go back to neutral.
decided to go out for breakfast, which is not something that we ever really do, right?
Correct.
We actually haven't done it in like over a year, so we're like, well, it's -6 degrees out. Let's go get some breakfast. And we just realized that Violet got up a little bit earlier than usual today, so it's pretty much almost her nap time. So we're gonna see how this goes once we get there. But everyone's hungry, so we're gonna go and try to get some food and start our day. Good morning, everyone. I am heading into work today. Oh man, I ended up getting a flat tire on my way home from work a couple of days ago. So we're back down to one car, which is totally fine. We've honestly tossed around the idea of selling my car, honestly, for like a year now. We haven't done it yet. But we're back down to one car, so we've kind of had to change things around just a little bit this week, just to kind of accommodate that, like, not having the flexibility of, you know, what two cars brings us. But that's okay. We are making it work. I've been up. I actually got to the gym this morning, and it's been so cold the last week that I haven't gotten any of my runs in purposefully, actually, because I feel like at some point it's like more harm than good. So what I've been doing is going into F45 and doing some pretty hefty cardio a lot more often than what I normally would if I was just like lifting and whatever. So I'm going to try to get there 4 times this week because I'm supposed to get in 4 runs, and so far I'm halfway there, so that's good. But man, oh man, the workouts are like something else. The cardios are just... There's some where it's really, really challenging, but it's good. It's great training. I'm grateful that I have it. So I was there this morning, and honestly, it just feels good to like sit in the car right now, because the minute I get home, it's just like boom, 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 and there's not really any time to like do anything. So the fact that I'm sitting here in the quiet talking with all of you is pretty peaceful. So I finally have my hot coffee. I'm sipping on that before, you know, as I head into work. I have a nice, just chill, consistent day, a couple of mediumship clients, and a coaching client, which is great. And then the weekend's a little hefty. So it's going to be a really nice, just regular day. And I think I'm going to be working on some admin stuff and a little bit of herbal stuff. So I'll make sure to kind of show you guys, because I have been learning so much and I want to share some new information with you guys. So I'll check back in a minute. Alright, so I just got in and I'm getting my room set up here. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of things. Because since the full moon on, I don't know, last week, I've been waking up consistently at 3 a.m. And I have been processing through a lot of anger. In the Chinese medicine time frame, let's say that 3 to 5 a.m. is typically processing through anger. 1 to 3 is typically grief. The reason why I'm mentioning these is because throughout my journey the last few years, that has become pretty common, not necessarily frequent, but like I studied it because it was happening a lot over time. So as I got in here, I realized I had brought some element electrolytes so I can get some magnesium, potassium, all that, replenish my body and my cells. And then I actually grabbed some dandelion root, and I've been working with it between dandelion root, which is really good for the liver, which is where we hold on to that anger and we store it. I'm really trying to help actually like release it out of my body because it's been there for a while. And when I start dreaming, I had some intuitive dreams the other night about the situation, and it happens a lot. It's been happening a lot probably for like the last year. And I decided to work with dandelion root to help me just really move that through and not get so stuck. In addition to that, when I got into my little apothecary here, as you guys can kind of see, I was looking at my book, and I actually asked the herbs, like, what herb wants to work with me today that can help me, and Tulsi actually popped up. I've worked with Tulsi or holy basil just a little bit, actually. It is actually also a great postpartum tea, which I'll talk about in a bit, but Tulsi caught my eye, and I'm like, okay, let me look up the energetics. Let me look up why that could be kind of calling to me. And this is what it actually came up with. So it is actually a sacred in India culture with Ayurvedic tradition. It's a very like well-known or popular, I don't want to say popular, very used herb. And in the Hindu mythology, Tulsi is the incarnation of the goddess Tulasi, a goddess of protection. Tulsi plants are often planted at the door of one's dwelling to protect all who live there. A member of the mint family, Tulsi has a pleasant taste, ranging from fruity to clove-like depending on the variety, and can be grown as a garden annual throughout much of the United States. So what's interesting is, as I'm looking through, I realized that Tulsi actually helps with stress and depression and anxiety. And also when you have like a sense of brain fog, or like poor memory or cloudy thinking. And that's actually, that's been happening for a while since postpartum, in and out. A lot of the times when I get like overstimulated or overwhelmed because I'm going like a mile a minute and I overthink, I start to forget things and I start to get like brain fog, and it does not feel good. And San Lee, when I went in for acupuncture, she was like, we need to get this handled. And that's a whole other thing. I'll talk about that session a little bit deeper in a bit. But what I wanted to bring this up is Tulsi is actually warming and drying. So each herb actually has like an energetic to it. It could be neutral. It could be cool and wet. It could be cool and dry, warm and wet, warm and dry. But essentially when you are working with an herb, you want to make sure that that applies not only like to make sure there's not any interactions with any medications, but also depending on what the person has going on, you know, within their bodies, and also energetically, you want it to be really balanced. I know that I'm working on actually trying to bring in more moisture and more hydration into my body, my cells, and that's something that I've been working with the Ayurvedic tradition on. Because this one is warm and dry, I thought to myself, I need to get something that's a little more moisture to combine with the Tulsi for me to drink it in tea form. So what's interesting is I actually thought about linden, which is literally one of my all-time favorite herbs. It is like the most pleasant, beautiful, floral, lighthearted herb, and it just supports so many different things: GI tract, mood, brain. It helps with like depression. It's more uplifting. It's a nervine, so it helps with the nervous system. It helps calm me down. It's all these things. So anyways, I looked at linden, and it's actually a cool and moist, energetic herb. So I'm going to be working with Tulsi and linden today to help support whatever is going on. Like I said, I love communicating with the herbs and the plants, and I ask what I need. They know more than I do. So when one does call out to me, I really do trust it. So I'm going to be working with those two today. We'll see how it goes, and I'll show you guys how I mix it. Okay, so this is how I typically mix it at the shop, just because I don't have like all the tools, I guess necessarily to make like a really small quantity, because I'm actually going to be using, hopefully you can see that, one of these like disposable tea bags that we have. So you can see this green, the really light green one towards, I guess I'll do it this way, the left of the screen, that's actually linden. And you can see it just has this really beautiful like light sage color. And on the right, you'll see that that is Tulsi. And Tulsi actually has like a little bit of a mint smell to it, which makes sense because it is a part of the mint family, which is actually pretty cool because I feel like, oh, let me go this way. There we go. Because I haven't really worked with it in that way before. So as I was saying, I'm just going to gently mix these up in the cup and just pour it into the disposable tea bag. The Tulsi actually has a really gentle peppermint smell to it, which makes sense because it's in the mint family. But it's a little more lighter, like it's not as strong as peppermint. So that's really nice. And like I said, linden is this beautiful, like floral, it's really, really gentle floral tea. They actually use it a lot in like Paris in their skincare, actually, like in their lotions and things like that. So you could look it up, like linden moisturizer and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm about to pour that into the tea bag and enjoy a cup of tea and just kind of get settled in before my day starts. You guys, I am like beaming ear to ear. Can't wait. I feel like you're really seeing the whole day today, but I had the best surprise today at work. My best friend came in from out of town. She lives in Bloomington and we haven't seen each other in a really, really long time. And fun fact, her and I were actually pregnant at the same time and due on the same exact day, which was December 6th. So we've been through everything together, just about. We've been friends since like 3rd grade, I think, 4th grade. And her and her mom and her daughter came in to visit, and I haven't seen her mom in so long, and I started crying. I think Britt started crying, and they just came and hung out for like an hour and a half when I had a little bit of a break. And honestly, it was just like it was the most wholesome, unexpected, beautiful surprise. And I just want to give them a big shout out because Remy helped them coordinate and helped plan it all. And I had no idea what was happening, obviously, because it was a surprise. And my heart is just like beaming with love. I mean, when I tell you how much I love my best friend, I think a lot of us can relate. I know I've said this, but we literally, it's going to make me cry. We have been through it all in this life. I don't know where I would be without her. I'm crying. Love you, Britt. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have her by my side, like throughout all these years. She's been like my biggest supporter and one of my strongest, just everything, relationships, stability, love in life. So thank you, bud. Thank you for visiting me. You guys, it was so much fun. And I'm just really, really grateful for this day. So I'm going to go home and enjoy my time with my family, but also just enjoy and soak up all this love that I'm feeling today. So I'll check in with you guys later. All right, so I'm here at the shop, and it was a really weird morning, but we're good. We made it. We have a couple of clients today, but tomorrow we actually have the cacao ceremony. And I've talked about this a little bit on here. The last one I think I had was actually in December. I think it was New Year's Eve. So technically, I always start to set up and plan for the cacao the day before. This time, because of my schedule, I'm actually building the altar the day before. And then I'll sort of like activate it the day of. What I do is I actually ask the universe, let's say, what needs to come through for the group of people that I have tomorrow. Even if people sign on last minute, whatever it may be, we actually have like a full ceremony tomorrow. But I always ask, like, what does this group need? And I do that when I go to Trader Joe's because I pick out the flowers that want to be a part of the ceremony. And I ask the same thing, like what elements, what flowers want to step forward. What's interesting is I was really feeling the water element stepping forward, but I also saw a candle. So I think I'm going to be working with, I try to use all 5, honestly, just to keep balance. But when I'm building the altar, I always try to keep that in mind. So I'm actually going to try to build it a little bit differently this time because I saw it a little bit differently just in my mind's eye. So I'll show you the flowers that I have. And like I said, I'm kind of taking my time, like really building out this altar. So I have a lot of greenery. a lot of like filler, I guess you would say, in these really pretty purple flowers. So essentially what I'm doing is I am going to then go to the apothecary downstairs and ask like what herb wants to step forward to help us support our healing for tomorrow. I work with rose a lot, cinnamon, anise. What else have I done? Nettle, butterfly pea tea, who's actually kind of calling to me. So that might be like the base of cacao for tomorrow. But essentially, whatever energy I am putting forth now really is setting the tone for the ceremony tomorrow. So I'm about to turn on really happy music. I'm gonna get myself into a really good place, really happy, like my mentor says, and I'm gonna start kind of building the altar. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm still in the beginning stages here of creating the altar, but I want to point something out. We always want to keep balance. This is something my mentor really has put great importance on in our training. So I always try to make sure everything is balanced. So you notice how like some of this over here, there's a little bit thicker than some over here. So again, even though I'm creating this, I want to make sure, like I want it to look aesthetically really beautiful and I want it to be meaningful, like where I'm placing everything and why I'm placing it there. But more importantly, I want to make sure that everything looks really balanced. So I'm kind of looking at it from a couple of different points of view. Okay, so here's what we ended up with. There's still a little bit of adjusting that I have to do. Green was really coming in, so you can see how beautiful this green looks. It just looks lovely. So I have to go get the rest of the cups and just a couple other things, but we're about 75% there. Time. I gotta put it in here. Good job.
Thanks.
So tonight we're making soup. We made this really good soup yesterday. It's a really simple, easy soup. But we loved it so much that we're making it again. And we had grilled cheese with it too. And we have this fresh garlic from a friend, a student, a teacher, who brought it back from, where was it? Puerto Rico?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Lourdes brought it back.
She brought ginger, not
ginger. What did I say, garlic?
Yeah.
I meant ginger. She brought fresh ginger back, and it's yummy. So we put ginger in there, onion, celery, orzo, sweet potatoes. What else, hon? Garlic, onion. Last one?
That's about it.
So we're making soup and Violet's helping.
Violet is helping. So the reason for the soup is because our tummies are not doing so hot. And we are also not feeling so well. So we wanted to nourish ourselves. We were going to make what would you call it? A deconstructed lasagna. Yeah, not a soup, but instead of like layers, we just put all of it into one pot and we use loose little bow tie noodles instead. And we were like, you know what? That's kind of heavy. Like, let's listen to our bodies. Let's see what we need. That's loud as hell. I'm going to move away from that. So yeah, we decided to just make a simple little soup with veggies. Just to be very nurturing, and that ginger was beautiful. It just kept that warmth in the soup and allowed us to bring that warmth down into our bellies, and it was just very gentle and very nice. We felt a lot better today and decided, you know what, let's just keep nurturing ourselves. As you guys saw the past few weekends, we've kind of just been getting food out on the weekends because we're just so busy when we work all day Saturday and Sunday. So this is our way of kind of planning to, one, take care of our stomachs, and two, kind of have a big bowl of this soup ready to go for the weekend. So the other thing is we started getting groceries on our days off, and then right before the weekend we're going to try to go out and get more groceries, so that way we're not getting a huge load of groceries at the beginning of the week and then trying to meal prep as much as we want, or as much as we need, because what we want to do is start having more fresh meals available. That way, you know, we're not making like food on Monday that we have to finish on Friday, because at that point things start to deteriorate in nutritional value. And yeah, so this is what we're kind of doing right now. I'm going to start helping a little bit more. We did this the other day with Violet, and Angelica got the onions cut up first, and we started tossing everything in, and then Violet's little eyes got very watery, and she was just like, this sucks, so we're doing it backwards this time. But yeah, I'm gonna go help, and then we'll post some more soon. Another little thing, I went to the gym this morning. I took a couple weeks off because last time I went to the gym and I just absolutely wrecked my low back. So as you saw at the beginning of the week, I went to see Dr. Cameron at the Hive Wellness. Gym went well. My low back is a little iffy, but I've been stretching. I've been doing all the exercises, so it's kind of been helping. But one of the things that we kind of talked about at the end of the last video, which I want to bring up now, is we're going to start shortening our videos, because we will literally feel like we're not recording anything. Like, we'll be Thursday, Friday, like today, and just be like, oh, we didn't record anything. Like, okay. And then we record for the weekend, and then we upload everything. It's just like, oh, we have an hour's worth of content. Let's edit that down. Or we'll be over an hour, and then we'll edit it down to like 50 minutes or 40 minutes. So what we're going to do is still record content, but we might start splitting it up into shorter bits, or not record as much. This week I feel like we've been good about not recording too much, only because it's being self-employed, and having a child is a lot of work. Being a parent, no one tells you, like, there's no preparation to how much work that is. Just like when people talk about the lack of sleep, like, no one tells you how much sleep you're gonna miss, but it's all worth it for the fact that we have a beautiful child. So we're going to start kind of shortening the videos and either dropping it twice a week or shortening them and still doing like once a week. It's just cutting out a lot of the stuff, but we feel like a lot of the things that we talk about or post are crucial. So we'll see, we'll play it by ear. But again, if you guys have anything you're interested in or anything you guys would like to see, please drop some comments, let us know, hit us up. You can find us on Instagram also. We'll start posting the links on our YouTube and down below, so you guys can reach us and follow us on social media. But yeah, I'm taking a quick break because standing barefoot on like tile hurts my back. So I helped out. I needed to come back and be like, you know what, let me take a quick video clip and sit down and kind of stretch a little bit. So I want to stretch a little bit, and then I want to go back in and finish off the soup. But yeah, this weekend I have one makeup class, so my Saturday is chill. It's me and the baby. So I have one class in the morning, and again, it's just the students that have missed last time. We do 3 weeks on, 1 week off. This time we had 3 weeks on. Saturdays was on, and then Sunday I had the drum making class. So this week the Saturdays classes are off, and then the Sunday classes resume. So it's interesting how we like lapse things around. So yeah, this Saturday I get to just chill a little bit, but then Sunday starting class up again. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I miss my students. I love hanging out with them and teaching them a lot of things. So all right, getting back. Dada? Are you helping Mom? Wow, thank you.
doing really well.
All right, we have finished the soup and the grilled cheese, and we're gonna enjoy our dinner.
We're hungry.
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy our dinner. My hair's kind of a mess, and then call it an early night because we gotta be up super early.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end this video here, and then just like I talked about in the previous clip, we're gonna start doing shorter but more. Yeah.
More concise. More. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Until next time.
Bye, guys.